Hey, good afternoon, my friends, and welcome once again to the weekly show for Stop Doing Nothing here on Facebook Live, and on the podcast. I want you to know I appreciate every single week when you tune in, and this week we're going to be talking about responsibility, and specifically success and growth is your responsibility, as is spreading it on to other people. What does that mean? Well, for those of you watching on the video, you can see that I'm wearing a Stop Doing Nothing t-shirt. And for several years now, I've been using Stop Doing Nothing to basically share with people what I've learned in terms of personal growth, business growth, entrepreneurship, finance, profit, loss, mistakes, marketing, advertising, etc. And every single time I have a little bit of success, I consider it my personal responsibility to share what I know. Now, if you follow me online, you'll notice that I share a lot of blog posts from StopDoingNothing.com and some from AllAboutFocus.com, all over Facebook and Twitter and Instagram. And every single one of these is a lesson for me and a lesson for you about something I've learned about in life. I've been in business for 17 years. I started my business when I left IBM in November of 1998, incorporated in January of 99, and been going strong ever since then. I think it's about 17 or 18 years now. And along the way, I have made some horrific mistakes when it comes to business. And in my personal life also, but that's a totally separate show, if you will. Sorry for those of you watching live on Facebook. The video, it's getting a little bit jittery here. But along the way, I've learned some amazing things, and I'm getting better. I mean, to this point, I'm almost in business 2 decades, and I'm still learning lessons, and I'm sharing those with you online. Why do I share those with you online? I've been told before that it makes me seem somewhat egotistical and braggadocious and like I'm bragging that I have all the secrets in the world, and I definitely do not have all the secrets in the world. However, I have a couple of secrets. Every single day, or a couple of secrets. Let's not call them secrets. Let's call them experience points, or experiences or skills that I have gotten better at over the years. Yeah, that's a better word for it. But I've been told before that I'm bragging when I share skills about what I've learned online, and I don't really consider it bragging. I changed my mindset a while back to realize that every single day, every single life, there is someone coming into the world of entrepreneurship or business that is one step behind me. And I'm one step behind the person ahead of me. The person ahead of me has made more mistakes than I have, and they've survived, and I've learned from them. That's why we have mentors. That's why we have coaches. As I learn from them, I'm making less mistakes, and I'm getting better at business, but I'm learning some of my own things. And then what do? I have the responsibility, I feel I have the responsibility to share that with you. And in turn, you have the responsibility to share it with somebody else. Now, you may or may not be in the same business assignment. I do a lot of marketing, a lot of advertising, and some personal development coaching. Every single time I learn something in those, I've got a Facebook group I share them in that we're 3,000 people and going strong. I've got a Facebook fan page of 25,000 people I share those with. I've got an Instagram account that's approaching, I think, 1,000, and Twitter's 20,000 plus. I feel it's my responsibility to share that with my entire audience about the thing I've learned in life or business that can make them better. And I am tasking you with the same thing. It is your responsibility as you learn things in life or business to share them with the generation behind you. That's how we improve as a generation. Every single time somebody comes up and raises themselves up, it's your responsibility to put people on your shoulders and lift them up above you. Have you ever heard the phrase, I stand on the shoulders of giants? That's how I feel when it comes to my business knowledge. I stand on the shoulders of giants. I learned from people before me that have had multi-million-dollar businesses, and I've learned from people before me who have had businesses that have made no more than $10,000 or $20,000 a year. Now, obviously, you learn a lot more from people that have been more successful from you, and those are the giants of the business world. When you have a large amount of success, it is your responsibility to pass that on. And so I feel it's my responsibility to pass it on to you. So again, let's bring this around to what I was talking about in the beginning of the show. When you have any kind of success, it is your responsibility to pass it on to somebody else. So that's my challenge to you. That's my question to you, and that's my goal for you for the upcoming week. Take some lesson you've learned out of business, out of marketing, out of advertising, and if you're someone who's not an entrepreneur, take some life lesson and make sure you share that with somebody else. And you know what? Don't overcomplicate it. Don't think you have to have made multi-million dollars a year to share your life lessons with somebody. I share my life lessons when it comes to, basic elementary education sometimes with kids. That could be one way to share your life experiences. Or in your business, you can share a marketing tip you've learned or an entrepreneurship tip you learned, a way to approach a cold call, a way to follow up in a CRM, lead generation, marketing, how to make videos online like this. That's something else I do a lot of because I'm very heavily involved in the tech world. Whenever I learn about a new tech tool, a new CRM, a new video editing tool, a new website that helps me, print up labels better for my business, I share that with somebody. And again, I've been told by other people that, Patrick, you talk too much online, you tweet too much online, you say too much online, you make too many videos, you're a pain in the ass, you're annoying. Yeah, you know what? It's probably true. I probably do talk too much. I probably am a pain in the ass, and you know what? I have no problem being a little bit annoying. But you know what I hear a lot also? I get a lot of direct messages, text messages, direct messages on Facebook, other places that say, hey, dude, that was awesome. Thank you for sharing that with me. I have a couple thousand people on my email list, and every now and then when I share something on my email list, I get a reply to my email that says, dude, that's changed my life. I've completely changed the way I've done business based on that thing that you shared. Thank you very much. And the same thing happens when you see me speaking at a conference, and even sometimes when you see me speaking on TV. It may not happen immediately, like within a couple of minutes. Sometimes that may be days or weeks down the line. But something I shared online has changed someone's life, and the same can be true for you. So don't ever blow off or write off your experiences in life, especially your business experiences. Business is hard. Business can really beat up a person, and we already know that most businesses fail easily within the first 3 to 5 years. I am lucky due to the fact that I've been able to survive 20 years and make my mistakes fast enough that I make fewer mistakes as I do going forward, but I am far from perfect. But I want to make sure that the generation of entrepreneurs after me does not make the same mistakes I do. So you're going to see me talking online, you're going to see me promoting stuff on Facebook, on Twitter, you're going to see my courses out there, and you're going to see my face and my podcast and my YouTube videos in your face as much as possible. You can hate me for it, or you can watch and think, that's a good tip. I don't want to make that mistake. Thank you, Patrick, for sharing that. I'm going to go forward in my business, learn from you, create some lessons of my own, and in turn share those with somebody else. So a quick reminder again, success is your responsibility. And as you learn lessons in life and in business, it's also your responsibility to pass those on to the generation behind you so they don't make the same mistakes. They make different mistakes or fewer mistakes, or maybe they make mistakes in a different area. So thank you very much for watching. If you're on the podcast, thank you very much for listening. By the way, I could really use a favor from you. Go over to SDNshow.com. That's the homepage of the show, of the podcast, and the YouTube videos. Go over to SDNshow.com. You're going to see links to YouTube, links to Google Play, links to iTunes over there. And that's going to give you the ability to subscribe and also rate the show. If today's show has been beneficial for you, if some knowledge bomb I've dropped in this episode or a previous episode has helped you, do me a favor and rate it and subscribe. And also, I could also appreciate a share to another social media site. Thank you as always for watching the High Achiever Podcast if you're listening, or if you're on YouTube, the Stop Doing Nothing Show. This has been your buddy Patrick Allmond from StopDoingNothing.com. Have a great week, have a great weekend, and we'll see you during the next show.